Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. I'm your host, Keller's Fade. It's episode 22. We're going to go take a look inside this place. This is the Admeth's Den Expedition Hall. I know we can get some quests here. Not that we like the dozens. Adair certainly doesn't
all
like them.
fancy weapons and no skill.
All fancy weapons and no skill. That's funny. Oh, what's going on here? We got some people coming in here. They look tough. A well-groomed man steps through the hall with confident swagger, a smug grin etched on his face. He is flanked by 5 other hard-looking individuals. The Nimble. One of his companions eyes you for a moment before spitting chew at your feet. Another pup come wandering in, I see. Just know that Bind's giant slayers run things around here and you'll be fine. Never heard of him. His eyes narrow. You have now. Stick around Defiance Bay, and you will again. Plenty of bounties to go around, but there's a reason the giant slayers get the lion's share. Remember that. A voice bellows across the hall. Enough, jabber, Bind. You gonna do the job or talk about it? Bind's jaw tightens. Winnin's right. That coin ain't gonna collect itself. He looks at his comrades and jerks his chin towards the door. See you around, pup. Yeah, I'm sure we will. One guy was dual wielding. Badass.
Don't stand on ceremony. State your business.
I'm looking for work.
Go see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Okay. Osric. Osric, my man. You got work?
For the last time, Aidwig, keep your fucking blade up. If that dummy was armed, it'd have your head off.
I'm looking for work.
You want an expedition? Talk to Wennon. I just handle these mercenary shit shovelers. Adventurers, I mean.
Although, he sizes you up, I do have something I need done. Something that requires competence. I see. What do you need done?
I was formerly one of the Knights of the Crucible. When I left, they kept my arms and armor. The arms they can have, but the armor belonged to my family. I'd like it back.
Why don't you just ask for it back?
No. Oh, they'd like that, I'm sure. But I won't be going. Sooner be torn apart by dogs than give them the satisfaction.
I see. It doesn't sound like leaving the Crucible Knights was your choice.
You don't choose to leave knighthood. The Crucible Knights, they may not be a real knighthood, but the oaths you swear are just as true. Still, turns out that even unofficial knighthoods have politics. You cross the wrong man, suddenly all kinds of accusations are thrown your way, and nobody believes you.
Nothing more destructive than a crowd with the wrong idea, Adair says, and he's right. What's this armor?
It's a breastplate. Not much to look at, and it's seen far too much use, but it's been in my family since the liberation.
I'll see what I can do.
And then it's Penhelm you're looking for. A low snake of a man. If he was to die choking on his own black tongue, it'd be too kind of fate. He kept it when he had me kicked out.
I got word from a reliable source that Penhelm visited a forager in Andra's gift, right after having his soul lineage read by a cipher in Dunrid Row. Should you have it in your heart to find a way to ruin his life while you're there, well, drinks on me. Having his soul lineage read?
It's a requirement to join the Knights. They have to ensure a novitiate doesn't have a subversive lineage. If Penhelm's superiors found out his affidavit was a fake, his career would be over. Every novitiate gets an affidavit from Dunreed Row, and those are stored at Crucible Keep. If you find Penhelm's, one of those ciphers could tell you if it's real.
Oh, so we need to go to Crucible Keep first. Okay. Sagini scratches the back of her neck. If generations of Masuk's traditions are any indication, this Penhelm probably doesn't remember it. Still, a pass like that has to count for something. Okay, well then. Farewell. Alright. What's this? Rogue Knight. Yeah. Okay, I had to make a couple notes here. For myself, to make sure I know what the heck I'm doing. So him, tell me about the dozens. I just want to see if he'll give me... At least they remember someone else's roots and pretend to be like him. Your roots? Crucible Knights take pride in having won Deerwood's freedom 150 years ago, but they were the ones who protected it. Everyone knows that the Saints' War ended when the Godhammer destroyed Wideone at Evandware Bridge. A lot of folks don't know how Wideone wound up on that bridge. 7 men, 5 women. They walked out on the Halgot Citadel and faced down a god. Held him there until the bomb went off. That's the legacy we defend. Some call us mercenaries, but we don't need matching armor and silky cloaks to remember our roles. We're the same now as we were then. We stand up for the people. First line of defense, whatever it takes. We got new enemies now. If it's not Wideone, it's his damn legacy. It's the damn soul butchers in Brackenbury making things worse on all of us. Probably causing the whole thing one way or another. Well, we haven't gone anywhere. There's a lot more than 12 of us now. We defended Deerwood once and we'll do it again.
Go see Osric.
Yeah.
He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Osric sent me to you. I was looking for an expedition. I have expeditions, but they're not for just anyone. We dozens help those of like mind and need. How about you give Osric a hand first? Okay, that's what he said. All right, so I wanted to see how that was going to play out. So we'll go take care of Osric's thing. And let's go see if we can go find Pallegina. That's the big thing. So we have to go to First Fires, the Catacombs, or Brackenbury. Brackenbury to Andra's Gifts, First Fires to Andra's Gifts. Let's go through Brackenbury, maybe? I'm not sure which way is going to be better.
Like your attention, don't you?
Let's see if we can... Psst, over here, mister. Okay, kid's yelling at me as I'm going by. Let's stop. Gordy. A young boy watches the passerby and counts a grimy handful of coins. His face and arms are smudged with dirt, but except for the grass stains, his clothes are in good condition. As you approach, he blinks and makes a quick, furtive effort to pocket his coins. Hey, mister, want to know a secret? I know a real good secret. Careful, Sagini says. I've traveled the continent and the hardest bargains still come from my 7-year-old. Right. I'm sure a squeaky-voiced kid knows amazing things about this city. Oh, I promise. It's a really good secret. He scampers in front of you and starts talking rapidly. I know this place where people hide things. Really special things. If you help me, I promise I'll show you. Help you with what? Gordy's voice suddenly rises in pitch and tempo. The Crucible Knights have these daggers made out of March steel. It's the best steel around except for Durgan steel, which doesn't count because no one makes it anymore. He stops long enough to catch his breath. Anyway, there's this merchant over by the expedition hall, and he has a dagger made of real March steel. His eyes grow large and round. He said he wouldn't sell it to me because I'm a kid, and kids don't know anything about daggers. But that's not true. I know lots about daggers. I know about the different kinds of steel. I know how the Crucible Knights make them in the forge. I know that the tip can be pierced low-gauge steel armor, and that one that's good and sharp can cut through bone. See? I know plenty about daggers, and I really, really want this one. If you could just get it for me, I promise I'll never ever ask anyone for anything ever again. In Masuk, we begin training our daughters with the hunting knife as soon as they can talk. Many can field dress a hare before their 10th birthday. I wouldn't trust this kid with a butter knife. How about you tell me that secret right now before I get angry? Gordy burst into tears, stuttering through his sobs. Was that really necessary, Darius? One of the actors hid something under a loose stone near the theater. See? That wasn't so hard. You set Gordy down and he turns away from you, hunching forward and trembling with sobs. Gordy, I'm not going to buy you a knife, kid. Something bad's going to happen from that. But there's something near the theater? A loose stone near the theater. Okay. Taxes collected, lost 2 to bandits, earned 674. That's not bad. Near the theater. Well, who's this? What's his name? Dalton. Dalton. This elderly man paces back and forth, taking short, hobbled steps. His gaze is distant, and beneath it are the dark rings of many restless nights. He appears to be having a conversation with someone who isn't there. And the way you fought, cutting down 2 at a time. We shared quite a victory, you and I. Watch where you're going. Who are you talking to? The man looks up at you, startled. Oh, by the flame. For just a moment, I thought I heard her. He puts a hand on his chest, catching his breath. What troubles you? Just the memories of my youth in the North Watch Rangers, trials and adventurers from a lifetime ago. He shakes his head. Of late, the memory of lost battles and fallen friends has been especially vivid. Tell me about these memories. It's been nearly 60 years. We were known throughout the Deerwood then. We thought we'd adventure together forever, collecting coppers and inspiring songs. The wrinkles around his eyes deepened. That was until we faced Helig of Thane. He was a wizard whose experiments in necromancy left a trail of bodies, some reanimated, from Solace Vale to Midwood. We tracked him and he fled toward the Valen Republics, catching him just west of the Lake of Drowned Tombs. We were fools, seasoned as we were. We were not prepared for his foul magic. Our numbers were nothing against his power. A wiser man would have ordered a retreat. Not me. By some curse of the gods, I was knocked out, and when I awoke, my rangers, my Rowena, they were all dead. He holds empty air in his arms. Who was Rowena? My friend, my comrade in arms, and my love. We planned to adventure together until we grew old enough to settle down and enjoy our fortunes. Young as we were, we couldn't imagine anything would tear us apart. I know this sounds like an old man's madness, but I hear her, a voice just over my shoulder, calling to me in my dreams. At night, I see her wandering the catacombs beneath the city, trying to escape. Foolish as it sounds, I can't shake the idea that she's somehow down there, waiting for me. I'd even ventured below, though it damn near cost me my life. Were I half the warrior I was in my youth, I'd search every grave and rat hole. As it is, I'm stuck with this feeble body and the agonizing notion that my love is somehow down there beyond my help. Ah, I see. I'll search the catacombs for a sign of Rowena. There's an entrance just southwest of here on the other side of the canal. You are truly a gift from the gods. If there's anything you can find of her. I'll give it my best shot, buddy. I will honestly try. Rowena, audience member, actor, Lumdala. Where did that boy say that stuff was? I really like this about the game because if you want to go back and see text, it's separate from the combat log. This is a really smart thing that they did. Again, the developers of this game are just really smart people. We're going to... There we go. There it is. So what do we got here? The Oaken Scarab figurine. Okay. Aloth, you might want this. Amethyst and the Black Sun. What's this? Perception, defense against ground attacks. -2 dexterity. I'll hang on to that. Okay, so we got that. That's awesome. Let's take a look at that thing. What does this do, buddy? 3 times would be... Oh, yes. That's something else that's just now coming back to my memory. I'm remembering that getting summons really helps in this game. If you can get summons for certain big fights, get lots of characters with summons, that can be really helpful. Okay, so we picked up taxes. So... And we're building this in 1 day and no events pending. Nothing new to report. Okay. All right, let's go in here. Brackenberry. Let's get to Andra's gift. Maybe we can get Pallegina this episode. Maybe. Justicia. Okay. I mostly just want to get through here without getting engaged in any of the trouble here. This goes to First Fires and this goes to Andra's gift. Good. Let's go. Let's not get distracted on the way there. I'd really like to stop sneezing. It'd be great. Nobles. Lerda Rassan. Okay. More nobles. Where are we at here? Right there. There's so much to do in this city. It's great. I love it. Andra's gift. I can't
Whatever
remember.
happens, at least we're out of that mud hole, Gilded Vale. I grew up in Gilded Vale. Quaint. That's what I meant to call it. No, you had it right.
You had it right. Somebody left a comment on one of the early episodes that they had rushed to get to Defiance Bay and then they felt a little overwhelmed because there's so much to do here. And that's the way it was with the first Baldur's Gate as well. And a little bit with the second Baldur's Gate because you start in the city of Athkatla. But the first Baldur's Gate is a lot like this, where there was a lot of overland map area that you could cover. And then when you finally got to Baldur's Gate, it was like, oh my God, there's something to do on every street corner. It is a little bit overwhelming, but it's also a good feeling because you would feel overwhelmed getting to a city like that. I love the way it's set up, and I love the way this game is set up too. So, Andra's gift, we need to go to the Valian Trading Company. There's abandoned houses. There's a town. There's a crier. What's over here? Some fruit. Okay. Try not to get in too much trouble on the way over here. Commoners. Valian sailors. Very good. Cartugo.
God's damn that son of a cool.
The angry woman clenches her jaw and stares out toward the harbor with glimmering golden eyes. Eventually, sensing your presence, she turns her feathered head towards you.
Want to run a down on its luck Valiant Trading Company? If you have more than half a brain, you could really do something with it. As long as you're willing to clean up a few bloodstains.
What's going on exactly?
Exactly. If I knew that, I'd be in a better mood. The only thing I know exactly is that Mestre Verzano is determined to wind up in a grave before the season turns.
The woman looks back at the warehouse for a moment and grimaces. After a slight nod in your direction, she storms off. No! We need to help you. We need to find you. Okay. Well, the Valian Trading Company. Pallegina, come back. My paladin. Welcome to the Valian Trading Company.
Well met, friend.
Liena, a young woman, stands behind the counter watching you with quick, intelligent eyes. Welcome. This is your first visit to the Valian Trading Company, is it not? Please let me know how I can assist you. What is this place? The Valian Trading Company is an association of merchants from the Valian republics. We oversee trade deals and negotiations on behalf of our merchants. This is our warehouse, where we store goods in transit. You have more business to discuss? Who are you? I'm the assistant manager of the warehouse. Currently, I help Verzanzo run things, but I'll take over when he retires, or when the company bosses back home decide it's time for new management. I see. What do we have here? We got, is this our man? Verzanzo. Okay. A man stands in the corner of the warehouse directing traffic. Gems wink from many rings on his fingers as he points and waves at the laborers. His silk clothes, though finely embroidered, aren't new. You notice a couple mended seams around the shoulders and a discreet patch on one elbow.
Gods keep you.
You have come to the warehouse and headquarters of the Valian Trading Company. But you are late. I sent word to the expedition hall yesterday. This delivery cannot wait. Who was the feathered woman? Ah, you must mean Pallegina. She's a paladin in the employ of the Valian embassy. She's a good soldier, but not so good at taking orders. Too hot a temper, I'm afraid. She seemed angry. That's no surprise. She's a hot-headed, a woman in a brotherhood of paladins and touched by the gods in such an unusual way. Something else I can help you with? Or shall I return to my business? What's the delivery? He tugs at his beard. I must assume, then, that you are not from the company I contacted at the expedition hall. He waves a hand. But you are here, and they are not. It's a bag of bitter squash seeds, which are prized for their medicinal properties. Few merchants in Defiance Bay deal in them, but those who do know their value. Seems simple enough. Why ask me? A frown distorts his meticulous goatee. My own couriers have been robbed and beaten these past weeks. It would seem that some of my competitors resent my success. In any case, you are not a known associate. You would be left alone, and if not, you look like you could handle yourself. And as for your integrity, I suppose I will just have to trust you, as you will have to trust my assurances that you won't find a buyer outside of my contact. Fine, I'll do it. He claps his hands together. Excellent. Now deliver this package to a man named Gareth at the Goose and the Fox in Copper Lane. He will know what to do with it. He slips a bag of pebbly seeds into your hand. Return to me when you are done, and I shall see to your payment.
Gods keep you.
Better deliver that package, no? Business such as this is best concluded quickly. Farewell, my friend. My fine feathered friend. Well then, Pallegina, where are you, darling? Bartugo? Okay, I want to check something real quick. Okay, what I wanted to know was how to recruit Pallegina, because I'd previously thought it was as simple as just showing up to the building, but it's not. You actually have to do this quest first, and then she becomes available. So, we'll do it. This goes where? Heritage Hill. That goes to First Fires. Okay, that's interesting. Can we go straight to Copper Lane from here? 24 minutes. The Goose and the Duck. Is that what the name of it was? The Goose and the Duck. Who's this guy? Not coming for us. Where? The Goose and the Fox. Okay, it wasn't the duck. It was the Goose and the Fox. Alright, let's see what kind of trouble we can get into here. Now, who are we looking for? Gareth. Was it Gareth? A man skulks near the bar. He seems like he's trying to blend in with the wood paneling, and he watches the other patrons out of the corner of his eye. Gives you a quick nod as you approach. Veranzo has a delivery for you. He glances around and snatches the pouch from you. Keep your voice down, will you? Dominoes have spies everywhere. Tucks the pouch away. You tell Verzano this is the last time I'm buying from him. This is getting too dangerous for me. I don't think I've heard of the Dominels. The more important thing is making sure they don't hear of you. They're old Brackenberry stock, but these days how would you say this? The Dominels are known for their business activities, most of which involve some degree of bribery, extortion, theft, or murder. What do the Dominoes have to do with this? You have no idea, do you? Let's just say that the Dominoes have exclusive rights to trade certain merchandise within the city. Verzano likes to make some extra coin from time to time by dealing in the same merchandise, undercutting the competition, he says. I see. Tell me what was in the pouch. Bitter squash seeds. They interrupt pregnancies, even though they're not exactly legal. Many folk nowadays prefer them to the risk of hollowborn or celibacy. Are we done? Yeah, we're done. Now get out of here before. Oh, look. A woman swaggers in, her polished boots thwacking the floor with slow, deliberate steps. A crooked sneer warps her smooth face. Gareth, I'm hurt. You promised to buy only from me. What's a girl to think? Gareth bows, his knees knocking together. Please, my lady, I was just explaining that I can't do business with anyone else. Except this one last time, right? Dana crosses her arms and rocks back on her heels. There's always one more deal. Until you run out of credit, that is. Dana turns and regards you, looking you up and down. And just who are you? You don't exactly look like a seed dealer. Aloth glances at Gareth. I think that's a compliment. No one to be trifled with. Her grin widens. I just might have a use for someone like you. Verzano put you up to this, didn't he? That old fool's on a sinking ship, and he's determined to drag anyone who gets close enough down with him. She eyes the trembling Gareth. Gareth here knew better, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. In fact, I'll also give you a chance to get even with the imbecile who's been playing us both. What do you say to killing Verzano? Why would I want to do that? Why wouldn't you? He's used you to do his dirty work, and without telling you anything about what you were carrying, or who you were crossing. She taps a finger to her jaw and her voice slows. Of course, I'd also consider it a personal favor. And House Domino is never stingy with its friends, the loyal ones anyway. Tell me about the Dominoes. I don't know whether to be relieved or insulted. We're one of the wealthiest merchant families in Defiance Bay. Let's just say, however, that some of our business practices are not officially sanctioned. I see. Well, I'll decide his fate when I talk to him again. You'd better make up your mind quickly, because we're going to pay him his dues one way or another. Just make sure you stay out of our way. Well then, my friend here. Oh, and we leveled up. Our paladin. Okay. Paladin, yay. Let's go. You can grant your second win to grant more endurance. Your survival is up to 6, so you can get bonus damage versus flanked enemies, or you can pop it over and get double damage reduction, which I kind of want. So let's do that. And then, what do we got here? Oh yeah. So, lay on hands we're not going to grab. Inspiring triumph. I've got a whole list of things here. He starts out flames of devotion, intense flames, zealous focus, apprentice sneak attack, which he has. Sworn enemy is our next thing. It's 1 per encounter. You mark the target and you do plus 20 damage and plus 15 accuracy against marked targets. So it's a really nice way to go after kind of boss type mobs. So there we go. There's a really, really good character creator, and I'm gonna have to remember to put that in the description of these, because if you want to use it, it's a great way to figure out what your levels are going to be, and then you can just have a plan and follow it. So I highly recommend using it. There's 2 character planners out there. I favor one, and I will try to do my best to get those in the descriptions below, because it sure helps. And speaking of that, I need to go through my priest and do a character build for her, and probably one for Adair too. Let's go back to Owner's Gift and see what happens here. Let's get down here. Go team. Go, team, go. Such pretty maps.
Sound like a raw deer flank.
All right, darling. See what we're gonna do here. What kind of trouble we're gonna get into now? Yeah, turn that down. There we go. What do we got? Well, there's our man.
Greetings.
Hmm. Yes, but now the Dominoes want you dead. The Dominoes were there. Brazanzo's eyes fly open and he tugs at his beard. I was so careful, always following the Vera La Vida. They couldn't have known. Oh, well, they know now. You're toast, buddy, and here she comes. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, well. Is this your last day among the living, Verzano?
Verzano wrings his hands. Your timing is impeccable. Tell her, Pallegina. Dominoes are after me. Please, you've got to stop
As
them.
if any of this were ever in my hands. The Republics considered your business worth protecting based on its success. That success depended on cooperation with the locals, like House Dominel. You've lost that. And the favor of the Dukes. Even if you get out of this alive, they're done with you. The Dukes have more pressing interest in Defiance Bay than rescuing one merchant who threw himself overboard.
Verzano falls to his knees and clasps his hands together. Have mercy, Pallegina. I don't stand a chance against the Dominels. He bites a trembling lip. I've brought failure and shame on myself, but you can't mean to watch your countrymen die like a dog.
Verzano. Why are you wasting your precious breath on me? My orders come through the ambassador, and through the ambassador from people you should be honored ever gave a moment's thought to whether you live or die. You don't seem like the sort to petition the gods to keep him out of hell. So why not cry mercy to the one person in this room with the power to grant it?
She turns her attention to you and raises her feathered eyebrows expectantly. It's not the Dominels he needs to be worried about. Rosano, you're on your own. I'm leaving after you pay me what I'm owed.
A hard fate, but not unwarranted.
Verzano turns his tear-streaked face to you. I know you have a kind heart. Please, I never meant for either of us to come to harm. I only wanted to save my business. Don't let them slaughter me like this.
Do as you will. He's no longer my concern.
He's no longer my concern either. Dana saunters through the door, flanked by a squad of Dominel foot soldiers. She lets her gloved hand rest on the hilt of her weapon. I hope you've collected whatever payment you were owed, because there won't be much left of this fool soon. As you leave the warehouse, you hear Verzano utter a shriek, which is quickly cut off. And that is the end of Verzano. Pallegina, my darling dear. Oh, and a bunch of people made levels. This is great. Darling?
Ah, it's done then. You did the right thing. Verzano has no one to blame for this but himself. We gave him more than enough warnings, but he never listened. In any case, the embassy's entanglements with him have been cut, which also means that I'm free from Verzano's net of stupidity. You have my thanks. Whether you intended to or not, you've done the Valian Republics a service today, ridding us of him. I work closely with the embassy to protect our interests, but lately I think our gaze has been too narrow. You clearly have pursuits of your own in the city, but I think we could help each other out. If you're interested in doing some work for us. Officially, I mean. We can go together and I'll introduce you to the ambassador.
That sounds fine. Let's go.
Good. Maybe I can finally do something more worthwhile than playing nanny to merchants. The embassy is up in First Fires, southwest of the Ducal Palace.
And that is
Farewell.
awesome. There she is. We have her. Excellent, Pallegina. All right, so
I've led worse.
I'm the leader, but we're gonna set this up. Now we can do this part, which is really nice. We can set those up. You guys can be back here. Actually, yeah, we can set it up like that. So that gives you your choke point people up front, and then you guys with the pikes in the back, and then them. It works out so nicely. All right, we're gonna level up me at least, because I have my cipher plans are set up via the character, via my character setup via the character planner. So mechanics, let's just keep doing that. Now here's where it gets interesting. What level are we? Level 6. Okay. Yeah, apprentice, sneak attack, puppet master. So what do we have here? Puppet master is nice. This is domination. Phantom foes is fair. Minus 10 enemies needed to flank. Again, flanking makes sure that what is this? Its range is 10 and it's an area of effect is foe target plus 7 meter radius. It's really good. This allows everybody's sneak attacks, apprentice sneak attacks, to hit. So it's like a free 15% damage for everybody that's going to be doing melee, which is really great. Mind wave. It's kind of interesting. Let's see. So I get one spell right now? You get only one? Okay, so it's a question of, do I want to do Phantom Foes or do I want Puppet Master? This is requires 30 focus and is dominated, and it's like a stronger form of the charm because they'll use more of their special abilities. I'm thinking though right now that I want Phantom Foes instead. I think because it's only 20 focus. I don't know. It's so hard to choose. This or domination. Man. Yeah, let's go for that. Pain Link is 25% of all damage reapplied to nearby enemies over 25 seconds. That's mentally links nearby enemies to the target, forcing them to experience a portion of all damage the target suffers. So if you're all wailing like on a boss, nearby minions are going to take 25% of the damage over 25 seconds. It's a nice spell. I like it. I think I'm just going to choose Puppet Master though. I only get the one. Okay, why am I only... I thought I got 2 at this level. I'm going to grab Puppet Master, though. And then here we go. Okay. So level 6. Apprentice Sneak Attack. This is what we want right there. So we want that for the extra damage. I'm thinking about Phantom Foes, though. Gosh, it's such a hard decision. In my... Yeah, I grabbed Puppet Master. Let's do that. That and Apprentice Sneak Attack. No. Phantom Foes. Yeah, let's do this. This is probably better. Okay. Jeez, it's such a hard choice. We'll get the Dominate one later. And then Adair is leveled up. We will level him up in time. She said, first fires? Let's go. So, folks, I think I'm going to call that the end of the episode. I don't know if this one's going to be short or long. But I got to go through and I got to do a build for Adair. Figuring out what he has now, and I gotta do a build for Pallegina.
I'm ready.
Pallegina, you can see her, what she has. Elusive Query, which is really interesting. Her Faith and Conviction, her Flames of Devotion, her Lay on Hands, Second Wind, and Zealous Focus. Can we respec her? I think we can. We might want to do that first. Let's see if we can do that. Because I like to have her set up as a defensive paladin. I just can't remember. I know. I think we can respec in the adventure, the expedition hall. don't think any of these people do it for us.
Hail, traveler.
No, it's just that. Okay, let's go up here. Let's do these. It's not him. Let's go talk to this person. I know we can do it somewhere. It might be at the inn. Oh, I need to hire an adventurer. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so if we want to re-roll, we can re-roll Pallegina for 750. Okay. I'm going to try to get a build set up here for her, and we'll do her next episode, and we'll level up Adair. And I got to do a build for my priest, and I should probably do a build for my wizard. Okay, cool. Lots to do. Everybody, thanks for watching. As always, if you dig it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Until then, happy gaming, everyone.